the continual departure from the world by the non-apprehension of the householder life. From lifetime to lifetime and with an unmixed intent, the bodhisattva goes forth from the world and becomes a monk in the Tathagata's order, and is not hindered by anyone. Sastra. The bodhisattva knows that the householder life is the cause and condition of many wrongs. If I remain at home, he says to himself, I myself will be unable to carry out the pure practices. How then could I lead others to practice them? If I follow the rules of the householder life, I would have a whip and a stick, etc. And I would be tormenting beings. If I act in conformity with the holy Dharma, I will violate the rules of the householder life. I have two things to think about. If I do not leave home today, I will, of course, be forced to leave it at the time of death. If I abandon it by myself today, my merit will be great. Again, the bodhisattva has the following thought. Kings and noblemen, powerful as gods, seek happiness and do not find it. Death takes them away cruelly. As for myself, I am abandoning home for beings in order to keep the pure morality of the monastic, seek the Abhisambodhi of the Buddhas and fulfill the causes and conditions for the perfection of morality. Here the Buddha himself says that from lifetime to lifetime and with an unmixed intention, the bodhisattva goes forth from home. With an unmixed intention, for the bodhisattva does not leave home to embrace the 96 kinds of heretical doctrines but only to enter into the Tathagata's order. Why? Because in the Tathagata's order, both kinds of correct seeing are present. Correct worldly view and correct superworldly view. 7. Sutra. Taking delight in the Buddha's body by the non-apprehension of the major and minor marks. Having seen the body of the Buddha, the bodhisattva never ceases thinking about the Buddha until he attains supreme complete enlightenment. Sastra. The Buddha hears the qualities of the Buddha praised in many ways. The 10 powers, the 4 fearlessnesses, great loving kindness, great compassion, and omniscience. Moreover, he sees the Buddha's body adorned with the 32 major marks and the 80 minor marks, emitting a great brilliance and unceasingly honored by gods and men, and he says to himself, in a future lifetime, I too will be like that. Even if he does not fulfill the causes and conditions required to meet a Buddha, already he is delighted in him, and if he does fulfill them, he is even more pleased. Possessing the high disposition, he takes delight in the Buddha, and this is why he always succeeds in meeting a Buddha from lifetime to lifetime. 8. Sutra. The propagation of the Dharma by the non-apprehension of a subdivision of this Dharma. Whether a Tathagata is still present in the world or has already become parinirvanized, the Bodhisattva preaches the Dharma to beings. The Dharma which is good at the beginning, good in the middle and good at the end, of good meaning and letter, completely pure and perfectly full, namely, the sutras, etc. Up to the Upadesas. Sastra. Having sought the Dharma as has been said above, the Bodhisattva preaches it to beings. The lay Bodhisattva practices material generosity particularly. The monastic Bodhisattva, in his love and respect for the Buddha, always practices the generosity of the Dharma. Whether a Buddha is present in the world or not, the Bodhisattva is well established in morality without seeking fame or profit. Equalizing his mind toward all beings, he preaches the Dharma to them. This Dharma is good at the beginning because it praises generosity. It is good in the middle because it praises morality in detail. It is good at the end for, in reward for these two things, generosity and morality, the Bodhisattva is going to be reborn in a Buddha field or become a deity. Or again, the Dharma is good at the beginning because in seeing the 5 aggregates of attachment of the triple world abounding in suffering, one feels disgust towards them. It is good in the middle because one abandons lay life and separates oneself from the world. It is good at the end because the mind is liberated from the disturbing emotions. Or finally, the Dharma is good at the beginning because it first explains the vehicle of the Sravakas. It is good in the middle because it explains next the vehicle of the Pratyeka Buddhas. It is good at the end because it finally proclaims the greater vehicle. The Dharma is good in meaning and good in letter. In the threefold speech, the elocution may be good while the reasoning is mediocre and superficial, or the reasoning may be profound and good while the elocution is imperfect. This is why the sutra says here that the meaning is good and the letter is good. The Dharma is completely pure because, having eliminated the stains of the triple poison, it enunciates only the true Dharma, without mixing in false Dharma. The Dharma is completely clear because the Noble Eightfold Path and the Six Perfections are complete in it. On the 12-membered speech of the Buddha, Sutra, etc. See what has been said above. 9. Sutra. The destruction of pride and vanity by the non-apprehension of any superiority whatsoever. By the destruction of pride and vanity, the Bodhisattva is never reborn into lowly families. Sastra. The Bodhisattva goes forth from home, observes morality, preaches the Dharma and cuts the doubts of beings. And sometimes, he becomes puffed up and experiences pride and vanity. In that case, he should make the following reflection. I have shaved my head, I have put on the yellow robe and with bowl in hand, one beg for my food. There is of the nature of destroying pride and vanity in me. How could I feel pride and vanity in that? Moreover, pride and vanity dwell in the human mind. These faults stifle the qualities, they are detested by men and are the source of a bad reputation. In later lifetimes, the prideful are always reborn among wild animals, or, if they are reborn among humans, they are base and lowly in condition. Knowing that pride and vanity have these immense defects, the Bodhisattva destroys this pride and this vanity in order to seek supreme complete enlightenment. If the person who begs for material things should be humble and modest, then what should be said about the person who is seeking the pureless Bodhi? Because he has destroyed pride and vanity, the Bodhisattva is always reborn among the nobility and never in lowly families. 10. Sutra. Truthful speech by means of non-apprehension of any speech. What is truthful speech in the Bodhisattva? The Bhagavat replied, it is the fact that the Bodhisattva acts as he says. These are the 10 preparations for accomplishment by the Bodhisattva Mahasattva in the first ground. Sastra. Truthful speech is the root of all good, the cause and condition of rebirth among the gods. It is believed and accepted by all people. He who puts it into practice does not pretend generosity, morality or wisdom. Merely by cultivating truthful speech, he wins immense merit. Truthful speech is acting as one says. Question. There are 4 good vocal actions. Abstaining from lying, from malicious gossip, from harmful speech and from idle speech. 350. Why does the sutra not mention truthful speech here? Answer. In the Buddha Dharma, truth is specially honored. This is why the sutra here speaks of the truth that encompasses the 4 good vocal actions. One obtains nirvana by means of the truth. Furthermore, the Bodhisattva who relates to beings will inevitably endure harmful words, idle words and malicious gossip. Sometimes he will even commit the grave wrongdoing of false speech himself. He must correct this in the first ground. On the first ground, the Bodhisattva is not yet able to practice the 4 good vocal actions fully. This is why the sutra mentions only truthful speech here. In the second ground, he will be able to practice it fully. Question. Why is it a matter of only the 10 preparations in the first ground?